back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember to join us right here on the award-winning best show in Wisconsin radio. As we stream live on YouTube and Twitter and I think Facebook and the app and all kind of stuff. Uh-oh, ding. I saw that face. 833, I got some, well, I don't. Disregard. I thought it was something else, and it is something else. There's so much stuff going on. Chief Jeff Norman, Police Chief of Milwaukee, City of Milwaukee Police Department, will be in today for us to continue discussing Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. Don't you hate when you want to drink something and then you knock it over, and then you got to wait before you open up the bottle because you know it'll fizz all over everywhere and short out all the electricity. Short out the board, and electricity be popping up everywhere. It's just terrible. So here's the deal. I have a message for someone today, and I hope she's listening. I read a news story today. I would tell the story behind it, but it might call somebody out, so I'm going to be nice today. Do you know who Elizabeth Holmes is? Anyway. So, and she's in business. I'm in the School of Business. Put that together. And she committed a crime. Okay. So you know who Elizabeth Holmes is, right? So the darling Elizabeth Holmes, disgraced Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes, she remained free and will remain free through Memorial Day. I guess she'll get to party with her family this last weekend before surrendering to authorities on May 30th to begin her more than 11-year prison sentence for defrauding investors in a blood testing scam. How she got out of jail when she got arrested, I don't know. If it was you and me, we'd still be sitting there. They would have come up with a bail number so high that we would not have been able to get out of jail. But I digress. U.S. District Judge Edward Davila set Holmes's revised prison reporting date after her lawyers proposed it in a Wednesday filing. It came after a federal appeals court late Tuesday rejected Holmes's bid to remain out of prison while she attempts to overturn her January 2022 and it's May of 2023. How you do that? How you stay out of jail for 17 months? Well, 4 felony counts of fraud and conspiracy. Punishment includes a $452 million restitution bill that Davila ordered Holmes to pay in a separate ruling issued late Tuesday, because I guess when you make me mad and I get upset, I make you pay more. Now, Holmes's lawyers asked Davila to approve the May 30th reporting time to her 2 weeks to sort out several issues, including child care for her 1-year-old son and her 3-month-old daughter, Invicta. Holmes had, notice how they put the names of her kids in here? You never put the names of minor kids in a story. They put them in to humanize her. If they were black, they would have been talking about how dare she leave these kids and no one to take care of them and taking care of her responsibility and being accountable. Holmes, 39, became pregnant shortly before the start of her high-profile trial. The father of the 2 children, whom she met after breaking up with former romantic and business partner Ramesh Sunny Balwani, who began serving what? A 13-year prison sentence last month. Well, what I want to suggest are, these are the things that Elizabeth Holmes may experience while in prison. Number 1, hey, boo, there's no makeup, so you can forget about that. You get to go au naturel for 11 years. Now, she's 39. She'll be out when she's 50. But I don't know. She's a white female. She might get out in 5. But you know how that goes. Number 2, hey, boo, no high heels. Sorry. You got to wear flats because every now and then you might make somebody mad. Hey, maybe somebody's family member that used the test that you used and lied about, and their family member died because they thought they were actually accurate tests when in fact they weren't. Maybe they might hit you in the head with a heel. So we can't have high heels. Hey, Elizabeth, no hair care. You better be the ponytail chick, because that's what you're going to be for the rest of the decade. Ponytails. Ponytails in the back, ponytails in the front, ponytail on the side. You got no makeup, no heels, and no hair care. We know for a black woman, she might carve your eyes out. Can't get her hair done. And her nails. Notice I didn't mention nails. Right? Does anybody get nails done in prison? I don't know. I don't think you can have anything sharp enough to actually do your nails. But I digress. But the one thing I need Elizabeth Holmes to understand when she reports on the 30th, after she eats all her barbecue or whatever she eats, I know. What do white people eat on Memorial Day? Brats. My bad. Her brats and her hot dogs and all that stuff. Am I being facetious? Yes. But then again, that is the one thing she's not going to eat. Hey, Elizabeth, there's no fine dining in prison. Oatmeal, that chicken you used to eat in elementary school, rice, plastic forks. If they give them to you, they probably just give you spoons. I don't know if I would give those to you either, because you could carve somebody's eye out with a spoon. So no makeup, no high heels, no hair care, no fine dining. But what will Elizabeth Holmes actually find in prison? And then it dawned on me, there is just one thing that she, being a white female at age 39, will experience in prison. There's only one thing that she can do, that she has, that she can experience in prison. You know what that is? You guessed it. White girl tears.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
It's 1017 The Truth, Sherwin Hughes, and I'm excited about our Truth Financial Empowerment Partnership with Northwestern Mutual. They're a national leader in financial services, and every month I'll be speaking with a representative from Northwestern Mutual about investing, building generational wealth, and how to best reach financial freedom. So tune into The Truth with me, Sherwin Hughes, on Friday, May 19th at 11 a.m. as I speak with Northwestern Mutual advisors Erica Wright and J.B. Bell, who will give a breakdown on the first steps that you need to take toward investing in your financial future.
This is your Financial Empowerment Minute on the new 1017 The Truth, presented by Northwestern Mutual.
So if folks don't have budgets, first and foremost, would you all recommend that they put together a B word?
Well, you know what? I think I got another B word. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, is yours the other
Okay.
B word? What B word is yours?
So here's my deal. I don't think most people have a budgeting problem. I think most people have a behavioral problem.
Oh.
Okay. So the budget is no good if you're not going to make a commitment to follow through on what you're doing. And I think that's really the key. You got to have enough courage to sit down, go through all your expenses, but then you do need to kind of have that real conversation and hold yourself to the fire to actually commit to doing the action. When me and Erica merged years ago, she has a budget, right, where it actually annualizes how much money you're spending for the year on that said thing. So if you were to put in, say, $100 a month for your coffee, whatever it may be, on her budget, you're going to see it actually being $1,200 for the year.
Tune into The Truth every month for our financial empowerment interviews with Northwestern Mutual.
All Brewers games are on sale now, including a Memorial Day weekend showdown with the Giants, Thursday, May 25th through Sunday, the 28th. Start the long weekend right at Aloha Friday on the 26th and get a Brewers Hawaiian shirt with a special ticket package. Then take home a Christian Yelich patriotic jersey giveaway on Saturday, the 27th, presented by Chevrolet. Get your seats at Brewers.com.
After you've been seriously injured, it can be difficult to deal with the insurance company. Don't take them on alone. At Gruber Law Offices, our team is here to help 24/7. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
That's terrible. Can't see me dance. I ain't seen you dance. I can dance. Hey. Anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. Yes, I'm being silly if you're watching me on the camera and all that stuff. So, tell you this. See, I be fine, and then you put me on a millennial raid, and then it go from there. Don't be talking back, talk in my ear. I dare you. I dare you. I got myself on that parade like I'm bothered by it or something. Like you think I'm going to back up because it's more of y'all than more of us? We invented everything you got. What has a millennial invented in the world today? One thing. Give me one. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm tired of this fight. And we only got 14 minutes until the chief gets here. So there. And if the police are coming, they'll break up the fight. So there you go. What have millennials actually invented? One thing. Just one. Not took it and then built on something somebody else did. One thing. I'm catching you on an off day and you tired. You need to quit. She tired and it's Wednesday. Right. You're not even 35 yet, are you? You're not even 30, are you? Yeah. My career is longer than you are old. You realize that? Ain't got no stamps in it. You don't even know what green stamps are, do you? You know what green stamps are? Right. Anyway. So growing up, you used to go to a cleaners. And the cleaners was a national chain called H&H. And H&H was known because H&H had these things called, you ready? Green stamps. And so they gave you a book and you kept your stamps in the book. The more clothes you took to the cleaners, the more stamps you got, the more discounts you got. Now you put it on an app and you go beep and you get points, right? That's where the phrase stamps in your book. The more stamps you have, the more experience you've had, the more times you've done it, the more times you've gone. And it literally built credibility. Like you were somebody when you had, I got 3 books of green stamps. You know, I could go on a trip. I could get a discount on food, right? So when somebody my age says you don't have enough stamps in your book, that means you don't have the life experience or the wherewithal to have experienced certain things in life. It's not a diss or anything. It's just an observation. And I'm still waiting on a millennial that has actually created anything. 2 things. You can say them on the air. Say it on the air.
Okay, first thing is that I lived around the corner from a dry cleaning place, like all of my life. So I don't think we had that there.
No, you didn't have that particular place is long gone.
When did it end?
Oh God, 40 years ago maybe.
Okay, well that makes sense why I wouldn't have one or know what that means. Because usually when people say like your stamps, it's more like a passport stamps or like stamps in your book.
That too, same thing.
Oh,
same
see,
thing.
that's how I would refer to it.
Same thing. Yeah, you would because you're a millennial. You know, you're a jet setter. You fly. You use a passport. All that stuff.
And those would be my stamps.
Okay, there you go. Ding! She got it. Look how long it took. She got. What was your other thing? You forgot. She always be forgetting stuff. She says, "I have 2 things. So here's what you do. See this little thing right here? See this little thing right here? It's called a pen. I write mine down. Like when things come to me, I use my phone. I write it down and all that. Don't say that. It's not important. Come on now. Don't be dismissing yourself. Well, I don't know. She dismisses me, so I guess you can dismiss her. 833-212-1017 is the number. LT say mock chicken is delicious. Mock chicken is delicious. Ugh. You know what you're going to say? Okay, come on. Turn on the microphone.
You're going to roast me now.
I'm going to roast you because
So
you're a
the other
millennial,
day-
right? Okay.
So I have these pair of pants that I've been wanting to wear for like a couple of weeks now since I came back from
TMI?
trip.
Okay, go ahead.
They're just a pair of pants, just, you
Go
know.
ahead. Go ahead.
And I can't wear them because I don't own an iron.
Oh, my goodness.
So the fact that we're talking about dry cleaning and stamps, and I'm like, even if we did have the HH stores around still, me as a millennial, I don't know.
H&H.
H&H. What did I say? H&M?
Like, no, you said HH.
Oh, H and H.
You know, like H&M. Same thing.
Okay.
Same concept.
H and H.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't have an iron?
But get this.
Did you just have a birthday? I'll buy you an iron.
I bought myself a mini iron on
Okay.
Amazon.
A mini iron is like having like a mini wedding ring, right?
No.
It's on your little finger instead of the actual finger.
I thought it was.
But you got one.
I only have one pair of pants though, so I was like, okay, these pants that I only did an iron for, I'll figure it out. The iron came and it was like smaller than my hand, so I still don't really have an iron.
I don't even know how to answer that. Like, how do you even answer? Like, how do you even answer the fact that you do not own an iron?
I grew up having.
Aren't
an
you
iron,
embarrassed? Are you embarrassed?
Though. I am embarrassed.
Do
but I
you
was like,
even
I'll
know
get
how to
one.
iron?
Of course I do.
Clearly you don't because you don't own one.
I don't have clothes that
You haven't even
necessarily need
practiced.
it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's why millennials are so freaking wrinkled all the time. Got it.
Well, there's steam, and I would like
I don't
things
steam.
out,
No,
or, like, I'll hang them
y'all
up.
just ugh.
I was like, I need an iron, so I figured
No
I'd tell you.
respect for yourselves. Yep. Around the corner. See, he just showed up and I run it. So if you want to run and get him in the door, I'll keep talking. I cannot believe she does not have an iron. And so she bought one and it was a mini iron. What is that? A mini iron? Like, what is even a mini iron? I don't know what a mini iron is. A mini iron? A mini iron. Like, what did they, 414-788 said, I'll buy the MPS mock chicken legs they used to give us. Really? I think every country, every state in the country and every school in every state bought them doggone chicken legs. Terrible. Absolutely horrible. The Black-owned business Give Back is back, and we will again team up with Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter in 2023. I'm going to read that again. Home of Milwaukee Black Talk, that's us, the new 101.7 The Truth, is giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter. To sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. I'm still stuck on the fact that you don't own a real large size iron.
DJ Brothers, he doesn't have an iron either. Just asked him.
But he doesn't live by himself. So I'm pretty sure he has somebody to do his ironing for him. And so you buy clothes so that they don't wrinkle easily, so you can wash and wear. So you sit by the dryer and wait for the clothes to be dry and then take them out and hang them up, and that way you don't have to use an iron.
I usually hang all of my clothes, no matter what.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you put them in the dryer and then you come back an hour or two later, they're wrinkled.
But
whereas you sit there and wait for them to dry and then you pull them out, right?
I don't do that. I don't even put them in the dryer.
You don't dry them? You wash your clothes and hang them up?
Yeah.
What kind of weird?
Is that weird?
Bizarre?
Well, I don't have an iron. It was one of them. And then 2, I don't want my clothes to shrink. So I avoid it altogether. And so far, I've gotten pretty far.
What kind of clothes you buy that shrink when they dry?
Well,
we gotta make sure you do not go to those stores ever again. That you can't even dry your own clothes and get the wrinkles out.
My clothes today are fine.
How long do your clothes have to sit and hang for the wrinkles to come out?
They just hang overnight. And then I'll grab them and then I'll put them away. They just air dry. You know air dry clothes?
You know I can hear them out there talking. Tell them to be quiet. Tell them to be quiet. Tell the chief of police to stop talking and having fun. Air dry? If you can air dry. Oh, my gosh. No wonder y'all don't get stuff right.
Okay, ask. I'm sure I'm not the only one that air dry. You've never air dried any of your clothes before?
Sure.
So I air dry.
But I've also bought clothes. I'm done.
Hey,
y'all almost made me say something. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Well, we come back. Milwaukee Chief of Police Jeffrey Norman is here with us on the new 101.7 The Truth, the award-winning, the best show in Wisconsin. Produced by the best producer in Wisconsin.
More of The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
On Diversity and Excellence powered by Erie Insurance, I am so excited to talk about the different ways that Erie Insurance can help with our community growth, can provide job opportunities from Erie Insurance Corporate, or with our local agency force. I'm really excited about the education of generational wealth in our Black and brown communities and how we are a part of the communities here locally. There's so much more we can be a part of. Listen to me, Fred Johnson, on Diversity and Excellence, powered by Erie Insurance.
On Thursday, May 18th, join Sharp Literacy for the 8th annual Unwrapped Milwaukee fundraising event from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at The Gauge. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food, where top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based educational program, serving thousands of urban elementary students in 50 Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine schools. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Carrie, where's Tori Lowe and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Dear hero, whoever you are, thank you for donating plasma. My body literally gave up on me. Receiving plasma treatments was, to me, hope. Now that I'm out of the wheelchair, I love going on walks, swimming. Those were some of the things I was told that I would never be able to do.
I have swells all up and down my arms or my legs, my hands. I could have an airway swell, and that's life-threatening. I haven't had any attacks in about 3 months since trying it. It's crazy because it was daily that I'd have these, and it's just gone.
Because of you, I can walk again.
Because of you, I feel amazing.
Giving equals living. Give plasma. Replenish the supply. Make an appointment to give today by visiting hhs.gov/giveplasma. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We've got delays now along southbound 43, stretching all the way down from Green Tree in through the Marquette. 28 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road to downtown, a 17-minute backup. Those delays continue. We've got about a 9-minute ride from downtown to Layton Avenue once you make it through the Marquette. Of course, we've got a couple of accidents right around the Zoo interchange, 894 northbound to westbound. That ramp right there, it's off on the right shoulder. Then we've got another one right about at the ramp from Greenfield Avenue to 894 northbound. Both of these areas are going to start to slow things down just a bit. Of course, you got backups on westbound 94 from around 27th Street through the stadium to about Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear, a low of 44. Tomorrow, hazy sun, showers and storms are likely at night, a high of 68 at the lakefront, 73 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzik. Packers rookies back in Green Bay. The first block of organized team activities scheduled to begin May 22nd. Rookies and vets will mix for the first time. Rookies including first-round pick Lucas Van Ness.
As soon as you guys get to see him, up close and personal out on the grass, big man that's explosive. So I think that's always a great place to start.
Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry, who also admits he has no idea who the starting safety alongside Darnell Savage will be. In the NBA, the Heat and Celtics meet up in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. San Antonio wins the NBA's annual draft lottery. And the Brewers wind up a 3-game series with the Cardinals tonight in St. Louis. Coverage gets underway at 6:20 WTMJ. At 6:10, Corbin Burns on the mound tonight for the Brewers. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Law Enforcement Week's celebration on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Somebody strolled in. I was sitting here trying to talk to my producer. They started banging on the glass, saying, "Hey, open the door." And they hollered like you under arrest or something. I was like, what I do? what I do? I didn't do nothing. We have in studio with us Chief Jeffrey Norman. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you for having me.
I remember all them times when I was working in District 3 as a sergeant, and I would see you on the street as a detective, and we would talk and kick around stuff. Who'd have thought we'd get this far?
Absolutely. But the thing is that, we always had a focus. We always kept in the know in the loop and always continue to improve ourselves. I mean, moving up the ranks and doing the things that we have accomplished. So I'm not surprised at where we're at.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a pleasant experience to see that we're able to have these connectivity even after the fact of retiring and having your busy lifestyle.
Waiting on somebody to kind of waiting on somebody. I know a certain person at a certain person's house.
It's not my time yet.
That's waiting on. That's kind of waiting on. Yeah.
No one retires, though. It's like a new retirement mentality of you just going to something else.
Exactly. That's how you live long.
Yep, absolutely.
That's how you live long.
Absolutely.
How's the city doing? We've seen some things in the last few days that have left me. How can I say this? I said it on another show earlier. I have never my PTSD has never been triggered so many times in like a day than the last couple of weeks. I find it literally, it was refreshing to hear the family of the 5 who died in the car crash on 60th and Fond du Lac. That we need personal accountability and those type and responsibility.
Wow,
that's great. But one thing I also cautioned was, why aren't we saying that about the people in Cedarburg when the 5 people overdosed, or in West Allis when people overdose, or when things happen on the South Side? Why do we not call them out too? Crime has to stop. I'm seeing people do things in this city of all races and all genders that I've never seen before. How does that even happen?
So I would say in that response, and I think there is a turnaround when you hear that type of talk of personal responsibility, that there's an awakening of when we have real conversations, we can have some real answers. So I was asked in regards to what I thought, and I think anybody who's human will have a torn heart in regards to seeing someone as young as 1 year old die in a vehicle accident that could have been avoided. But part of that conversation was there was people in the car.
Right.
I know
Adults.
that we have responsibility to enforce, and I know there's a lot of, expectations of what the respective law enforcement, especially what the police department is doing. But, we report out, we have, a forward-facing website and things of our activities, but it gets to a point where, okay, how do we have more people part of this conversation? And I think as leaders, you in this position of influence, having these real discussions, real talks, hopefully that is the encouragement for other communities, as you just laid out, saying, hey, we have a personal responsibility in this also. We don't get the elected officials or, government off the hook, but we too are responsible for the safety in regards to these conflicts that are being resolved with firearms, in regards to those who are without license, but beyond without license, having number of people in the vehicle driving a high rate of speed in our 30 to 35 miles per hour speed limit city. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
And so definitely I'm glad that there's more discussion, and that's the energy that I kind of vibe off of. That's the energy that I look for when going out for these different discussions about partnerships, that Milwaukee Police Department is willing to work with those who are moving the ball forward in regards to saying that this is a collaborative approach. It's not just enforcement. It's education. It's personal responsibility. It's putting out and I see the different type of engineering going on across the city. I was over by my in-laws and seeing the bump outs and the roundabouts. And don't get me wrong, things are not as fast as what people like it to be.
Right.
But I will say this: something's happening though.
Yeah.
You know, so that is something to look at from a not glass half empty, but half full.
You know, speaking of half full, I'm seeing some half empty gray hair. That's starting to make it.
Here, brother. What are you talking about? I work out 6 days a week. I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night, even at the irritation of my wife, because she's like, "What? You going to bed?" Yes, because I got to get up, not only be ready for the challenges of the day,
right,
but I also understand that that's a healing process of the
Yes, it
stress
is.
and things.
Yes, it is.
I will say that yes, there's a couple more strands, but I still got hair on my
Couple?
hair.
Couple.
I have hair on my head. Cut it out.
Couple. Ooh. Ooh. I'm talking about the color of your
It's
hair.
all right.
I'm
still married, so I'm all right.
I know that's right. Which means you got a few more coming. Unless you're gonna buy some greasing formula.
No, she keeps me level.
I know that's right. So, what can the public do in terms of helping the department grow and expand? What can you say to people who are thinking about being a police officer, but yet they're, sometimes our families get us.
I know.
So, what can you say to people who endeavor to become a law enforcement officer?
So, first of all, no one should take you off your pathway but yourself. As much as you're going to have a rolling recruitment going on pretty soon, there's going to be a lot of different, work being put in to, expand the ranks, whatnot. I want people to be part of this effort because they want to be, because they feel that there is something they can add to the particular work that's being done. Don't come to us with talking about this is just a good job or, it pays well.
It is a good job and it pays well.
It is a good job, but I don't want to hear.
But you got to also
the
care.
work that you ask is not a job.
You have to care.
There's a part where if you feel that there's that punch in, punch out mentality, this is not for you.
Well, we got some generations today that have the punch in, punch out.
I get it. And that's where we need to work on it in regards to our respective, households. I'm working on my children in regards to encourage them. I intentionally not name my son a junior because I want him to be who he is. But yet still, on the flip side, we should properly prepare them in regards to whatever you want takes work. You have a doctorate. I have a JD. There's other leadership classes I've taken all across the country. Put in the work. That nothing comes for free.
Right.
That you need to understand that it's not about you feeling like you actually are working towards something if you love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You asked me why I'm still here. I'm 2.5 years past my retirement because I still enjoy what I do. But I know what I want to do at a young age. And so there was I was a first generation family looking at me like, oh, you want to be getting law enforcement? Yes. And have things, weaved in my pathway. Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm happy where I'm at and happy where we are accomplishing and knowing that there's still more work to be done and I'm being part of that effort.
So how many officers do you need? I know you've got a class in-house now. You've got a class in the fall.
Yes.
You got to be around 150, 200 short.
Yes. Well, I always say this much. I always will take as many as I could get. I will say that seeing that there's people still applying, seeing that we do have classes. We graduated class of 51 a couple of weeks ago. We have another class of 60. And we have, potential classes coming up. We're working on that in regards to what our summer class will look like. And so that there is still efforts and energy being put into, yes, there are people retiring. And there's people who are quitting, moving on to other particular employment. And I say this much, God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you that you found whatever going to be the right place for you if this is not for you. Because I don't want anyone on the Market Police Department serving the city who doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
And if I can help you move on to wherever you think you have greener grass or better places, because those who are here need to have that commitment to the residents who pay our salaries and expect excellent service. And I accept nothing less. Nothing less.
When we come back, I want to ask you about this, what I term, not your words, ridiculous 15-day policy that luckily is on hold for turning over video. And I want to ask you a question, not about it, but as to whether or not I'm on the right road because some of it just doesn't make any sense. We've got calls. If you have a call for the chief of police, 833-212-1017 is the number you can call. Hit us on the talk and text line. Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman. We'll be right back.
You are listening to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app.
People who want to live off of $10,000 a month. And then I got people who say 4 is enough, right? Whatever it is, we want to make sure that, again, you have a plan and you know what it's going to take to get there. What resources do you have? Is it a 401k? Do you have a pension? Do you have stocks or outside money? How are we going to fund it, right? Because that's a big thing too. A lot of people think, okay, well, I'm just going to dump money into my 401k and build it as long as I can, and then I'll be set. But taking money out and distributing it the right way is 10 times more important than accumulating it, because you got to think about the taxes. You got to think about a lot of other things.
Tune into The Truth every month for our financial empowerment interviews with Northwestern Mutual.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
So, I have a question for all you guys out there. Why is it that I see you hauling all kinds of stuff in your trucks? Lumber, ATVs, furniture, and everything is strapped down tight. Except you. I mean, come on, fellas. You're just as important as your buddy's blue plaid sofa. Buckle up.
Pickups rock. They also roll. Buckle up in your truck and arrive alive. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
More of the Law Enforcement Week celebration on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Dr. Ken Harris, Chief Jeffrey Norman. So before the break, we were talking, and I know they're your boss. The Fire and Police Commission is your boss, and it's in court. And it's in court about the 15-day release of video. I think that it is one of the most idiotic things I've heard the Fire and Police Commission do in my life. It sounds like people and activists got a hold of them and decided this is the best way. 15 days. I can think, not being in the detective bureau, can think of when I was doing investigations for traffic, accident investigation. 15 days?
Yeah, the Fire and Police Commission put a lot of effort in the process, though. So
doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, well, it was about a year and a half, 2 years, but definitely there was a lot of different opinions about it. And at the end of the day, I've always said to the Fire and Police Commission what they finally decide on that our department will do. But we see that with the litigation going on, and there's different opinions about how this all should shake out. So, I'm just waiting and watching and seeing what the outcomes are. So
I found it interesting only because when you look at 15 days, releasing a video in 15 days, you can't change who's on it, right? So there's so many instances, the most important being the prosecution. How are you going to taint the public? How are you going to get a fair trial if the officer did something wrong? How's the victim, the actor? Like, how did the bad guy become a victim instantly when it was the police doing their job? And those are some things that we have to start taking a look at so that we can start to realize that most people have no idea. Sheriff's Department this weekend, they're taking applications till Friday for their academy, Citizen Academy, right? I know the Milwaukee Police Department does that. Is there ever a time when they're going to take applications?
Soon, actually, we're going to be making an announcement in regards to the rolling application process. So one of the things that we realize is that as we still deal with all these transitions and challenges in regards to ensuring that you have a good, fulfilled class, because the bad thing is that sometimes, you might have the desire, but, your background doesn't shake out, and your challenges in regards to the process of, with the testing of, physical agility, and, we have the psychological. So those are challenges that reduce the pool for your class.
Oh, yeah.
We have to make sure that you have enough numbers there.
Right. You have to over the amount in order to get the amount.
Yep. So, we always looking for the, ones who desire to serve.
Yeah.
Servant leadership is a true great attribute in regards to being a successful officer, but also that, we want to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons. So I am appreciative that those who step up to the plate, to the calling, who, fulfill the, duties and responsibilities in a white way that we as a citizen in the city or in our respective communities desire, and that it makes it easier for us to be able to have that type of impact we're looking for in regards to crime in our cities. So
you've had quite the experience, and we alluded to it a while ago. I'm trying to remember where we were when we had the conversation. I'm pretty sure we were both off, and you've had a run of officer deaths that I haven't seen in quite a while. Wisconsin itself has had 5 already this year. How do we let the public understand the gravity of putting a uniform on every day, knowing that at any day, that could be your last day?
Right. Well, one of the things, especially in this week of, Law Enforcement Memorial, and understand we need to appreciate not only those who have, given the ultimate sacrifice, but those who continue to sacrifice.
Yeah.
That is a tough decision to deal with in regards to knowing that you can possibly, be that last day when you put the uniform on. We experienced our recent situation with, the loss of our officer Jerving in the Milwaukee Police Department, a committed officer who not only got into law enforcement in later years, but also he was a citizen of Milwaukee. Those desirous attributes that we look for in regards to having that life experience, but also a commitment to our city. We lost him. And that was a real hard pill to swallow. But beyond even that, seeing across the state that you already alluded to in regards to other officers, as most recently the St. Croix deputy, where an individual who did not want to be taken in custody for operating while intoxicated not only took it upon himself to take that officer's life, but his life as well. What's going on? Why are we having such extreme reactions to things that you will live through that? Okay, you got arrested for OWI. What's going on that you feel the need to bring that level of violence? But that bleeds over to a larger conversation about the violence that we're seeing in a lot of respective communities where, fights over, name calling or who's cooler or what coat you wore or who, and people are engaging in very violent behavior to resolve a disagreement. And so we still, as a community, needs to, again, engage ourselves. Those who want to bring the gun to the picnic. We're coming up to, Memorial Day weekend. Why you got that here? And especially when we're all drinking, and there's going to be probably arguments over the card game or, who ate the last, slice of, sweet potato pie. We don't want to let this go too far in regards to now in this heated emotion. We're pulling out and we see whether you're a felon doing this, someone who is carrying concealed, who's legally carrying, using firearms to resolve issues with deadly results. Whether it's, again, taking one down of our, individuals sworn to protect and serve, or even family members or strangers. It's not that serious.
Well.
So I'd say this much: I am thankful for the men and women of the Milwaukee Police Department. I'm thankful for those who are across our nation and our communities who serve, sworn to hold the badge. It's only right to remember, and this doesn't take away from the community, because sometimes people are like, oh, why are you doing this? And what about the community? The community is still important, but we still should recognize those who do serve.
Right.
Whether it's the military, whether it's our medical professions, whether it's everyone should get a day or week to be recognized without feeling like you have to be guilty about it. This doesn't take away from other people doing great things, but we should be intentional in our recognition and don't feel guilty about it. Because in the same vein, it's beautiful when you see the community of all walks of life, all backgrounds, saying thank you also.
Mm-hmm. All right. Police Chief Jeffrey Norman, I know you got to get out of here, so I got some quick talking text line. Chief, my son is in the academy now, and I'm proud to have you as his chief. And if he does bad, it's Dr. Ken's fault because he talked him into it.
I'm blessed to have anyone who's stepping up and willing to support them in their journey. So thank you for even having that support, because without family and friends and those who are encouraging, it is a hard pathway to walk.
Here's another one for you. Elijah said, I want to be a detective but not a street cop. Oh, well, too bad. Is that possible?
No.
No. If so, how can I accomplish it? You can't.
No.
Because the things that you learn to investigate, you have to know what you're investigating.
There
so
you
if
go.
you don't even recognize what crime is.
I want to be CEO, but do I have to be an employee first?
Right.
Yeah, you gotta
actually
learn the foundation. I always ask people, tell people, and they say,
Yeah,
what
but
do you
you're just
feel?
a cop.
Came from the boardroom, from the mailroom to the boardroom. So yeah, absolutely.
They forgot the 30 years in between that though. it's we'll just pretend like
that's all right.
So people are still talking about things that have nothing to do with the police department, like the Mattioli video, things like that people have to separate. They're gone, they're fired, and they've been charged. Let the justice system work. If you see black police officers, clearly they recognize and understand when it works, the justice system actually does work.
Yeah, there's challenges, especially that there are more than just the police department involved in these processes.
Right.
I mean, you're dealing with a court process, you're dealing with people filing lawsuits or motions to quash, and as a department, we are rule bound.
Yeah.
We have to follow those rules that are laid before us, and sometimes people don't understand. And what always is a point of frustration for me, we're the most approachable, low-hanging fruit out of the system. A lot of our other partners are,
behind locked doors and keys.
They're not as forward-facing or public-facing. And one of the things that frustrates me when I hear, "Why y'all let him back out again?" Really, I'm like, he couldn't be let out if we didn't arrest, and that's our part of the responsibility. But in regards to the next process, we're part of it, but we don't hold the rules or the, how this is disposed of. I mean, we give our recommendations, but someone has to either say yay or nay.
That's true.
And so there is sometimes a unfortunate, almost like a civics class that, we have to tell our public that, you are a voting or a tax-paying or you are the recipient of these services. You can demand better from us all, not just our police department, because I get it. We should be held accountable.
Very true.
We should be understood to be, again, the constitutional policing, the, customer service oriented, having that particular type of, professionalism and duty, but we're part of a system.
Very
There's
true.
other parts of the system. And that's where, you got the, prosecutorial system, part of the justice system. You have the court system. You even have the Department of Correction, part of that system.
Yeah.
And so that's where we really have to have a more robust conversation in regards to, so if this person's been out 5 times, I always say, we did our part.
Yeah, very true. All right. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you for coming.
Appreciate you too, and I always appreciate having the opportunity to, have a real talk time. And as always, I always like to say I appreciate our community. The support is real. I love that we are able to have the type of conversations, but also the engagement, because it's not easy without them.
Very true. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Thank you. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman, 833-212-1017 is the number. We'll be letting him go, and we'll be right back.
Tune into the new 1017 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Toy Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I will be joined by Ashley Lucas, VP and Business Lending Product Manager at Associated Bank. Ashley and I will discuss how your business can leverage unique and creative promotional deals into large monetary gains and a bigger customer base. So again, tune into the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. right here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other, now more than ever, because every someone needs someone else.
We need each other, because when we work together, we can do so much more.
When we work together, we connect more children with what they need to grow up healthy, educated, and safe. And that's what Child Fund is all about.
Together, we co-create, support, and sustain connections that lead to greater well-being for millions of children facing poverty.
Which also benefits their families, their communities, their countries, and you.
Because when you make someone's world better, you make everyone's world better.
Child Fund. Because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 24 countries to achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
I'm working in the morning, and I was listening back on the Truth app.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269BL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Ricks with your news update. Police say 2 people were injured, one seriously, in a double shooting near 90th and Hampton just before 8 p.m. Tuesday evening. Authorities say the first victim, a Milwaukee man, was taken to an area hospital with life-threatening injuries. A second victim, also a Milwaukee man, arrived at an area hospital for treatments of non-fatal injuries. Milwaukee police continue to seek unknown suspects. Anyone with information is asked to contact MPD at 414-935-7360. To remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 414-224-TIPS. MKE Food Truck Fest will be rolling back into town this summer following 2 consecutive years of sold-out events. The festival, sponsored by Milwaukee World Festival Inc. and On Milwaukee, will take place at the Henry Meyer Festival Park on Saturday, July 22nd. More than 20 food trucks are slated to participate in this year's fest, which will also feature mobile karaoke, music, lawn games, and a new Super VIP ticket option. The varied lineup of vendors will appease a wide range of palates, with offerings including tacos, pizza, cheese curds, funnel cakes, popsicles, and other frozen treats, as well as vegan fare, gluten-free options, and an assortment of global cuisines. Some participating vendors include Twisted Plants, Jamaican, Say Cheese, Tots on the Street, and more. Additional participants will be announced at a later date. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues next, here on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But
in
answer
there,
my
and it's
question,
just
though.
not there.
Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come to your house.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You just don't like to see me dance and be happy. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Man, you are wearing that hat. Does he sleep in that? He take a shower in that hat? DJ Brother Z. Take a shower. Somebody told you look good in what hats? Wow. You know that's the new name that y'all call them, bucket hats, because we didn't call them bucket hats. It's just dumb. Join 100 Black Men as they host the program Where Do We Go From Here, highlighting topics surrounding Healthcare 2.0, long COVID-19, diabetes, and related mental health issues in the African-American community. COVID-19 pandemic has been declared ended, but has it really ended in the black community? In a program made possible by the Morehouse School of Medicine and the National COVID-19 Resiliency Network, join us Wednesday, May 24th, 6 p.m. A rebroadcast will be on Saturday, May 27th at 10 a.m., all right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. So there. My first story in the top 5 at 5 is disturbs me greatly. Every now and then you come across a story and you go, is this actually real? And so I don't really get it. But you know what? We're going to roll that way.
Number 5.
So, the Internal Revenue Service Commissioner, Daniel Werfel, acknowledged in a letter to the U.S. Senate this past Monday. Now, get this. Black taxpayers are audited at a significantly higher rate than non-black taxpayers. A revelation that has left the agency deeply concerned. As if that's going to change when your budget just hired how many dozens of IRS agents to do what? Audit people. Werfel said, while there is a need for further research, our initial findings support the conclusion that black taxpayers may be audited at a higher rate than would have been expected given their share of the population. Really? IRS was urged, this is from CBS58.com, the IRS was urged by lawmakers to look into the racial disparities after a January report by a Stanford research team initially revealed the findings. The research, a unique partnership between Department of Treasury, found that black taxpayers are audited, are you sitting down, 2.9 to 4.7 times the rate of non-black taxpayers, a difference that is highly influenced by earned income tax credit recipients. However, the study pointed out that while there was a smaller but still significant inequity in audit rates between black and non-black taxpayers who do not claim the earned income tax credit. They acknowledge the research further suggests that most of this disparity is driven by differences in correspondent audit rates among taxpayers claiming the earned income tax credit. Now, I don't know if you know what that is. The earned income tax credit is a refundable credit. It's been a way to financially help low and moderate income workers. So, those with earned income under $59,187, and especially filers with children. While the IRS does not collect information about race from taxpayers, the report shows the agency disproportionately flags tax returns that claim earned income tax credit for potential errors. Now, the researcher and the research team led by Daniel Ho from Stanford told CNN that his group does not have access to how they conduct audit selection, but that research points to the earned income tax credit and a focus on lower dollar, higher certainty claims as opposed to lower certainty, higher dollar value claims. In other words, you're going after people who don't have the wherewithal and the money to fight you if you say they owe you money. And people wonder why we don't trust the Internal Revenue Service. Why tax was supposed to be temporary and it's still going on some 100 years later. Interesting. I find it utterly and totally interesting.
Number 4.
Quick Trip, Wisconsin's family-owned gas station, was named #1 gas station in the United States. It's the 4th year that USA Today, this is from WISN.com, the 4th year that USA Today has named Quick Trip the best in the country. First of all, I'm not taking USA Today as the source on whether or not Quick Trip is the best. Based on bathroom facilities, fuel quality, coffee freshness, and snack options. And not one of them is in the city of Milwaukee because they don't do black neighborhoods. They don't do the city neighborhoods at all. Not Hispanic, not white, not anything, because it's not about race. It's about what? I don't know. Now, do I go to Quick Trip? Absolutely not. I go to Quick Trip when I feel like I'm about to run out of gas. Why? Because they're not in the city. And I don't understand why they're not in the city. That's all. Other than that, it's a decent place to go. It's gas. It's gas. I'm not going to, bash or complain, but yeah. We shall see. We shall certainly see.
Number 3.
There's a significant police presence. This just in from Fox 6 Now.com. There is a significant police presence seen on West Bonnewell Road in Mequon. And so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Fox 6 News has a crew on scene, and if anything breaks before 6 o'clock in the rebroadcast of the Tori Lowe Show, we will let you know. We'll have updates posted, and we'll be checking on that particular story. So make sure you stay tuned right here to the new 1017 The Truth.
Number 2.
Well, some specialized graphics are reemerging in Milwaukee freeways to better warn drivers where there are problems ahead. So instead of having to take your eye off the road and actually read the words that are going past, which I always thought was dumb because it's really distracting, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation signs are going to be unique to an area of the downtown without emergency lanes, so it can be dangerous to other drivers when a crash has occurred. And so it's kind of cool. A warning for drivers around Milwaukee is back on the highway message board, but they're color graphics that show where the lane is blocked. Now, they've been around since 2018, but then the pandemic hit and there wasn't a lot of use for it because there was nobody on the road. But they say now they have traffic volume. It's going up. And so the lane block graphics are back in regular rotation to target a dangerous stretch of a highway near downtown. So specifically, if you have that graphic, if you're westbound on I-94 between 19th and the stadium, is a 4-lane section, and it does not have any shoulder. So there's no distress lane. You can't pull off the road if your car breaks down. So being able to tell drivers where there's a lane blocked in the section, in the area, gives them a chance to divert and simply get off of the road and really be able to be safe and not cause an accident themselves, because, you know, sometimes we drive like knuckleheads. Speaking of driving.
Number 1.
When the north leg segment of the Zoo Interchange project is complete, it's been 12 years we've been working on this idiocy. Can you believe that? It'll come to an end. Jordan Bell, who says she uses 4145 frequently, says she will be more happy to see the orange cones go away. They're all over the place. I'm tired of it. I hate this time of year. It's supposed to be a time where you could drive around. I was about to say cruise around, but I think that's illegal. Cruise around and drive and do all sorts of things. And I mean, the improvements are great. The lanes are wider, right? But I think it'll just give people more time to speed and go fast. And so what do we do with that? I don't get it. What do we do with that? 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I had a question for somebody, and I hope somebody can answer it, but I don't think they can because they're now gone. But I've always wondered, when I see people driving at 30, 40 miles over the speed limit, when I'm on the expressway and the speed limit is 70, and somebody blows by me so fast that I can't even see what make, model of car they have or what color it is, I got to ask myself the question, where are you going?
More of The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I've helped over 250 families search for their loved ones, so I fully understand the trauma and stress this causes families. This is why it's important for me to help and protect families during their moment of crisis. So be sure to tune into the Tory Lowe Missing Person Special on Thursday, May 25th, as I speak with organizations and families about how we can better advocate for those searching for a loved one. So again, tap into the award-winning Tory Lowe Missing Person Special on May 25th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on 1017 The Truth.
Are you looking for a job? Then Greater Milwaukee Urban League is the place to be. Join them on Wednesday, May 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for their Working Wednesday job fair featuring jobs from some of Milwaukee's biggest manufacturers. Find out about available jobs for assembly line workers, machine operators, general laborers, warehouse and landscapers, plus get training information on other jobs including carpentry, highway maintenance, and other positions. Get more information at tmul.org and join them on Wednesday, May 17th at GMUL's main office at 435 West North Avenue.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
When surveyed, people who live in metro areas are concerned about one thing and almost one thing exclusively, and that's crime. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been concerned with violent crime. Teaming that up with warmer temperatures as summer approaches, the concerns are very real. Typically, violent crime is something that we associate with neighborhoods. But when violent crime hits downtown, its effects seem to be particularly pervasive. These are gathering places for social interaction. We want those places to be distinctly crime-free. Not to mention, when a criminal activity takes place in neighborhoods, it may not make the news, but if something happens downtown, then it will make the news every single night, therefore increasing the perception that violence downtown is actually on the uptick, when in fact, it is being reduced. Now, there are less people downtown because offices are not renewing their leases, and there's less white-collar workers that are going to work downtown every single day, which makes it seem like the prevalence of things like homelessness is actually on the increase when it is not. There's just less people downtown making such prevalence even more apparent. To get crime under control, we have to be much more proactive, which it seems our Wisconsin legislature does not want to be. If we are able to make the necessary investments led by the people in the city of Milwaukee, we can make crime decrease in every single measurable category. Unfortunately, lock them up and throw away the key is not the way to go. We saw this with the 1994 crime bill, and lo and behold, 20 years later, we saw how incredibly and intensely racist that piece of legislation was. Because we're all very concerned about crime, let's not repeat the mistakes of the past and lock people up and throw away the key and think that is going to be the answer that we're all seeking.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You should never drink soda while you're in the midst of talking on the radio because it's carbonated. That is not cool. 833-212-1017 is the number. The talk and text line, 414-349 said, "Good evening, Dr. Ken. Chief Norman," they have a message for Chief Norman. Says, "I am currently Milwaukee police officer working District 6, my old district where I started, district where I retired out of, early shift. I would like to thank the chief for an outstanding job serving the city. I'm grateful to work for him in this department, and I would just like to say, keep up the good work. I know it has to be difficult at times because you can't please everyone, but we as a department will keep fighting the good fight to serve and protect this city." And then he added words that almost hurt my ears. He said, "Go Mob. Phi Beta Sigma. It's a fraternity." So anyway, to which my reply was, hey, anyway. He gets it. Cool letter. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. When I was talking about the people speeding fast and blowing past me, 414-216 said they gone crazy. LOL. Gone? If you change that word to R, I could work with that. And look at, what am I looking at? Pentagon roll targeting fentanyl supply. When are we going to stop people from using drugs and make them responsible? No, we can't make them responsible. It's got to be something in the drug that's making them do it. Okay. Anyway, Security Mike said, "Wow, when will it stop? A higher tax rate because of being African American, and sad, no quick picks in the hood, and no quick trips in the hood. Why is it everybody hates on us?" I don't know if it's why anybody hates on us. See, I don't get upset when predominantly white organizations actually, I've never seen a black person working in a Quick Trip. Like ever. Anyway, that's just me. Just an observation. It's anecdotal, so it may not be accurate. I don't get upset. I don't get mad. I don't get, oh my God, they didn't do this. I don't get like Security Mike. They're hating on us. I say, let's start our own gas stations. And let's start a chain and just simply cater to us. If you want us to not normalize, I wouldn't call it normalize because I don't know if I could say anybody's way of life is actually normal. If you don't want us to come to your store, live in your city, start our own. Let's just roll. So you got to remember, only 10% of us in the Great Migration came north and west anyway. But do they really want us to go back south? Because they'll have to give us our land back. You know, all the stuff you took from us that you tell us and pretend like we don't have or own, or say my family didn't do it, but somehow everybody's rich and everybody made money and everybody grew except us. And then when we call it out, we say, you're lazy. You don't respect education. You know, you regurgitate what your racist parents taught you. And that's when you go to school and you draw swastikas in Cedarburg and then get the Jewish teacher arrested because, God forbid, we take the Jewish teacher's stress into account. Hold them accountable, but you got to be at least understanding of the fact that a kid purposefully drew a swastika, and in these instances, paper doesn't just fall on the floor. They dropped it on purpose so somebody could find it and show it to the Jewish teacher. How did it get in the Jewish teacher's class but nobody else's class? It's unfortunate. And now they'll go after this guy and they'll hammer them. And when they do, they'll point to the kids. Oh, it's the kids. It's the kid. Oh, the poor kids. The kids were traumatized. We really don't care about, you know, Auschwitz or anything like that. We don't really care. Plum Bob said, I have in Mequon, there's a black manager. Okay. And they're in Mequon. I rest my case. So Quick Pick. Quick Trip is not in the city proper. It's like across the street from the city, but it's not in the city. It's north of a certain place. Is the one in Mequon the one along Cedarburg Road? Must be. Okay. All right. Felix said, Dr. Ken, I've seen African Americans at two locations in Quick Trip. Why can't I say the name of this place? Because I don't like it. Quick Trip on Drexel and Quick Trip in West Dallas. Love the show. But I get it. First of all, thank you. But I get it. But I guess that's why it's only one, because it's a suburb, right? Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Security Mike says, cause ain't like they won't make money. We gas up our cars at a high rate. I do. Everything's high now. But black people have always paid higher prices for everything. Did you know that the average, can anybody tell me, oh, no. I need, trying to think. How can I do this? I need 3 people to call during the break. We're going to take a break a little early. I need 3 people to call. I have a question for you. You're going to have 3 seconds to answer it, and I need a number. Whomever's closest to the number, check with Kyle, see if we have any prize packs to give away. See if we can give away something to somebody. Get, a truth pack, a cup, and maybe a T-shirt or something. And I can't hear you. You got to talk to me. Yeah, go ahead and do the calls first. Yeah. Ask him, can we do a prize pack? Because I want to give away something. And I need 3 people to answer a question, and whoever gets closest to it. So this means you're not going to be able to be Googling and stuff, and you're not going to have the time. You're just going to make a guess. And it's going to be a number. So I'm going to have you guess a number, and then you'll be able to say blah, blah. And then I'll have all 3 of you on, and I'll ask all 3, and you'll give me a number. And then whoever's closest, I only want the first 3, whoever's closest will win a Truth Prize Pack. How's that? Is that cool enough? We're good? Hey, I guess a lot of people want a prize pack. 833-212-1017. No, I am not taking a text. You cannot text in. The rules have to be on the website, I think. I don't think you can. I probably can't. But I'm just giving them away random. Maybe I'll give away 3. How's that? No, I'm going to talk to them on the air. Yes, they'll have to give me a number. It'll be, it's simple. I've done it like a million times before. Okay, I got 3 people on hold. Thank you much. All right, so let me see if I remember how to do this. Well, I guess it won't matter. So I have a question. Are these their names? Okay, let me wait. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Don't worry about it. All right. Hello, you're on the air. What is your first name?
Plum Bob.
Plum. How's it going, man?
All right.
All right. Hang on a second. Hello, you're on the air. What is your first name? Hello?
Mine's Mike.
Mike.
Security Mike.
All right. Hey, security. Mike. All the regulars calling in now. All right. Hold on a second. And last one. What is your name? You're on the air. Your first name.
Charles.
Hello. What's your first name?
Charles.
Charles. All right. Okay, so hold on. It's a simple thing. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Give me a number, and I'm going to ask you a question, and you give me the number, right? All right? You'll get 3 seconds. That means that everybody will have 3 seconds, so whoever's last, you would only have like 9 seconds to be able to give me the answer anyway. So there's no way you could Google it. There's no way you're going to come up with the answer. What? I can't do that? Cancel it. Okay, I can't do it. Then forget it. I can't give away a prize pack. We can just have fun with it, but I can't give you a prize pack. Got to have contests. Well, then put some generic contest rules up on the post so we can do it. We going to do it Friday? We'll do it Friday for the culmination. But I can just do this by play, right? We can just have fun. All right. Well, hang on. Hey, Plum Bob, can I ask you the question? And you can't win nothing. You'll just win, like, bragging rights?
That's cool.
Okay. So, 3 seconds.
Yep.
How much does the average used car cost? 1, 2,
48,000.
48,000. All right. Hold on. Security Mike, your answer.
How many?
1, 2,
2,
3. Okay. Charles, average cost of a used car.
5,000.
5,000. All right. Unfortunately, the average price of a used car today is $28,000. So, Plum Bob, you's a little over, like by about $20,000. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, take care. Security Mike said 3, so I don't know. Is that $3 or what?
2,500.
Okay, 2,500, but you were way off. Nobody was close. I guess the closest person was none other than Charles. You were closer. So I guess you got bragging rights for being 23,000.
What, about 23,000 off? Okay.
Hey, you get what you get. Charles is the winner.
Yeah.
But can you imagine
Thank
paying?
you very much.
Can you imagine paying $28,000 for a new car for your kid, and it's used?
No.
Would you? Would you pay? Like, no. $28,000 for a new car. $28,000 is the average cost for a new car. No. A used car, like 3 to 5 years old. Who in their right mind would buy a $28,000 car for their kid who just got a driver's license to learn how to drive? Absolutely no way. Which is funny because Dion the Nine said, I can't find a decent pickup truck. And the cars have too many miles. You know what I say, right? Take the bus. Oh, that's right. We can't take the bus because the county is cutting back on buses.
You are listening to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you looking for an opportunity to better the Milwaukee community? Do you want to develop your skills for a career or job? City Year Milwaukee is recruiting for its 14th cohort of AmeriCorps members. We are hiring young adults ages 18 to 25 to serve our amazing scholars in Milwaukee Public Schools. This opportunity allows you to serve your community and gain professional development, which will allow you to enter the workforce, your next educational journey, or even stay with us for a second year of service. Visit cityyear.org to connect with our local recruiters and learn how to apply.
On the Rocks premium cocktails offer modern twists on the classic cocktails. Developed by award-winning mixologists, the On the Rocks cocktails combine premium spirits and natural ingredients. Wherever you are, On the Rocks premium cocktails give you the convenience of bar-quality cocktails created with brands that you know and trust, like the Effin' Cosmopolitan and Hornitos Margarita. Pour over ice and enjoy. Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks ready-to-serve cocktails, 20 to 35% alcohol by volume.
Truth Nation, it's Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, and I want you to download the 1017 The Truth app. Hey, because you know it's amazing.
Wow. Hey, that's not bad, Sherwin. That's not bad, all right? But T-Lo, show Sherwin Hughes how it's really done. Truth Nation, it's your boy Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, and Sherwin's impression may have been trash, but he's right. You can hear all our best interviews, Panthers basketball, and me bringing all the smoke by downloading the Truth app today in the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And why should they download the app, Benjamin?
You want to know why, T-Lo? You want to know why they should download the 101.7 The Truth app? Because it's amazing.
All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place. Download the new 1017 The Truth app now.
I love the Truth app. I like being able to go back and listen to old tapings.
Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Things are starting to wind down a little bit. However, we do have one issue. 41 southbound at Good Hope Road's on-ramp. We've got the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. So that's going to be tying things up in that neck of the woods. We've also got a little bit of a backup then from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 slowing down 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side's backed up out of the Marquette through the Stadium as well. We've also got some backups along 894 southbound starting around National Avenue on and off the brakes all the way down and around the Hale past Forest Home. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mainly clear, a low of 44. Tomorrow, hazy sunshine. Showers and storms likely later on at night. A high of 68 at the lakefront, 73 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzik. Packers rookies back in Green Bay. The first block of organized team activities scheduled to begin May 22nd. Rookies and vets will mix for the first time. Rookies including first-round pick Lucas Van Ness.
As soon as you guys get to see him, up close and personal out on the grass, big man that's explosive. So I think that's always a great place to start.
Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry, who also admits he has no idea who the starting safety alongside Darnell Savage will be. In the NBA, the Heat and Celtics meet up in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. San Antonio wins the NBA's annual draft lottery. And the Brewers wind up a 3-game series with the Cardinals tonight in St. Louis. Coverage gets underway at 6:20 WTMJ. At 6:10, Corbin Burns on the mound tonight for the Brewers. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Hey, Shema. Did you violate it?
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number. That's kind of weird. I got it now. So, here's the deal. When we're on the air, if you want to send me an email, or send the host an email, like whoever's on the air, right? If they're not on the air, then don't send it. But if they're on the air, because it'll be live, host at 1017thetruth.com, and you can hit me up with what you want to say. Otherwise, hit the talk and text line. But if you want to get in touch and send something, so that way, some people are in a place where they can't text, but they can send an email and vice versa. So, check it out. Host at 1017thetruth.com. So now, if you want to send me something, you might want to put my name in the subject. Otherwise, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to only look at mine. That way, don't matter. Just hit us up. Hit up the Truth team. Can we guarantee we going to answer? No. Can we guarantee it's going to do? No. Talking text line, you can get a brand new Camry for $28,000. 414-216 there. Do I want to pay that much for a car? Says me who drives a foreign car. No, I really don't. Paris said white people pay that all the time. What does that matter? Like, I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? White people pay that all the time. I don't know what that means. Brian said, let me go back. Quick Trip caters to suburban aesthetics. Milwaukee aesthetics are trash and proper speaking employee pool. Wow. That sounds pretty harsh. And very few young folks in Milwaukee speak with clear, concise diction. They talk like 3-year-olds. I guess Brian is just either trying to cause trouble or I think he thought he was going to get me riled up by that one, but that's your opinion, and guess what? Okay. 833-212-1017 is the number. That's kind of, if that's how he feels. And that's why they're in the suburbs. Stay there. But you know what I say? Take Brian with you.
More of The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Tune in to Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris. We will honor our law enforcement heroes all week long during National Law Enforcement Week. All this week, I'll speak with Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman, Milwaukee County Sheriff Dr. Danita Ball, and retired officers to discuss the challenges and the changes they face, the sacrifices they make, and the impact they'll have on our community. Tune in, Truth in the Afternoon, all week long. Powerful conversations, Law Enforcement Week on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
This is your Financial Empowerment Minute on the new 1017 The Truth, presented by Northwestern Mutual.
So if folks don't have budgets, first and foremost, would you all recommend that they put together a B word?
Well, you know what? I think I got another B word.
Uh-oh, is yours the other B word? What B word is yours?
So here's my deal. I don't think most people have a budgeting problem. I think most people have a behavioral problem.
Oh.
Okay? So the budget is no good if you're not going to make a commitment to follow through on what you're doing. And I think that's really the key. You got to have enough courage to sit down and go through all your expenses, but then you do need to kind of have that real conversation and hold yourself to the fire to actually commit to doing the action. When me and Erica merged years ago, she has a budget, right, where it actually annualizes how much money you're spending for the year on that said thing. So if you were to put in, say, $100 a month for your coffee, whatever it may be, on her budget, you're going to see it actually being $1,200 for the year.
Tune into The Truth every month for our financial empowerment interviews with Northwestern Mutual.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the WIAA, are the 178,000 high school sports students in Wisconsin. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Starlight Children's Foundation brightens the lives of sick kids like my son Finn, who was born with congenital heart disease. Learn more about Starlight by visiting starlight.org today.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is inviting the public to get an up-close and personal experience behind the scenes of what it takes to do the job of a deputy. The program will be over 2 days in June. Applications are being accepted until May 19th at midnight. A Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office spokesman says the agency is launching its first Citizens Academy in years and promises a look inside the different jobs within the sheriff's office. Visitors will take part in presentations from SWAT, K-9, Patrol Division, and criminal investigations. Rare opportunity for the community will take place Friday, June 23rd from 6 to 9, and Saturday, June 24th from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Sheriff Danita Ball, who was just here, will be there to address guests, and accepted applications will attend in person at the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Training Academy in Franklin. If you have questions, if you want to become a part of the Citizen Academy for the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, call Michael, I'm going to get the name right, Krznarich. That's Krznarich. Krasnark, 414-739-5341. That's 414-739-5341. Or email him at michael.krasnarich, which is KRZNA Rich, RICH. That's Michael, MICHAEL dot KRZN like Nancy, A RICH at MilwaukeeCountyWI.gov. That's MilwaukeeCountyWI.gov. Or you can go to the WISN.com or any of the news stations, and they'll have the number there for you to call, email, do all sorts of things, and that way you can apply. Of course, everybody that applies is not getting in, but you could try. You could see. They're going to do a little, background check on you to make sure you know. And if you happen to have some stuff in your background that you're not supposed to have in your background, and you show up, they might, show up and say, hi, what are you doing? Do me a favor. Go to jail. So, I'm just saying. From CBS 58, federal prosecutors have filed criminal charges against New York Representative George Santos. I would say finally, but the Republican lawmaker whose astonishing pattern of lies and fabrication stunned even hardened politicos, according to 3 sources familiar with the matter. Santos was taken into federal custody this morning, is expected to appear at federal court in New York's Eastern District. He's facing not 1, not 2, not 3, but get this, 13 federal charges, 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives. Congressman's attorney declined to comment. After that, right. Spokesperson for the Brooklyn U.S. Attorney's Office, the Justice Department and FBI also declined to comment. Santos was en route to New York Tuesday night, skipped House votes for the evening because he had to report because he was going to jail. Who votes somebody like that into office to begin with? On a flip side, can people get too old to be in office? Like, should we set term limits? Or should I, well, I guess in this case, it'd be time limits. For like, you're too old. If I'm in my 60s, would I want to be in office? Possibly. 70s? Don't even think of it. Like, go sit down. Like, Pelosi was 89? What? Like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? It's our 80s. Like, what? Or was it her husband that was 89? Does it matter? If you have an 8 at the beginning of your age, you should probably not be in public office. And that includes Biden. That includes Donald Trump. That includes anybody. I think, honestly, this is me. I think 75 should be the cutoff. Between 35 and 75 is 45, is 40 years? Is 40 years. That's enough time for you to be in public service, get your pension, and go about your business. I'm just saying. It's ridiculous. 833-212-1017 is the number. Should there be a time limit and a term limit? Well, I guess as many times as you can run and win, that's on you. But a time limit, you should have to be able to, let me see. It's like going into government service, right? You have to have been accepted into one of the federal agency academies by 37. Like, you have to be in the academy by 37, something like that. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense for you to do it, right? Because you got to do 20 years. You have 57 is mandatory retirement, stuff like that. So that's why they set it at 37. But when you run for office, Ray and them can run for office at, 100. And if they win, they get in. If they win, they get in. And I don't, like, what? I mean, unless your town is full of old people. You know, if the average median age in your town is like, 89, then I would think it's probably okay for you to run for office, and then you'll be straight. See, that's who I was thinking about. Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Grassley are both 89. 89. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing at 89? Like, I don't understand what it is we're doing. I don't get it. What are we doing at 89? Like, shouldn't you be home playing Scrabble? You're already eating oatmeal, so it's not like they had to feed you a lot. I'm just being silly. But think about that. Get people out of office. And finally, I kind of thought this already. Why did somebody have to? Anyway. Question Rhea. True or false? Can the soap you use attract more mosquitoes?
I'm sure it could.
Well, researchers at Virginia Tech tested 4 soaps, having volunteers wash one forearm sleeve with soap and leaving the other one unwashed. The sleeves were then put in cups in a container with mosquitoes. And Clement Venauer, a assistant professor at Virginia Tech, said, we look at how many mosquitoes would land on either cup to quantify their experience. And the soaps tested were popular options by Americans. And in 3 of the 4 soaps tested, the soap increased the attractiveness to mosquitoes. And the soaps were what? Fruity and flowery. You know, the kind women wear. One deterred them more than the unwashed sample. It was a coconut scented. So if you want to walk around smelling like a coconut, it's probably good to actually do that. Researchers said there's still more work to be done, including more soap tests on more volunteers to determine patterns of certain scents. Each person has a different body chemical as well, and that's a factor. It said it's really about the specific chemical combinations that occur. So if you're prone to mosquito bites, what can you do? Soap can't replace traditional repellents, but you can try changing the soap you use. Just kind of change it. Get rid of it. You know, that soap you've been using. Anybody even, well, maybe that's the next show. What soap do you use? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Tori Lowe Show is up next. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us during Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. And we'll be back tomorrow in about 22 hours. Thank you, Rhea. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. I am out.